Hello everyone, my name is Anshika and today I'm going to speak about a topic from data mining and warehousing, which is hierarchical clustering. What is hierarchical clustering? A hierarchical clustering method works by grouping data into a tree of clusters. Hierarchical clustering begins by treating every data point as a separate cluster. Then it repeatedly executes the subsequent steps. Identify the two clusters which can be closest together and merge the two maximum comparable clusters. We need to continue these steps until all the clusters are merged together. Now, what exactly does hierarchical clustering algorithm do? Basically, if we have points on a scatter plot or data points in a two-dimensional space, and then if we apply a hierarchical clustering, then what will happen is that we will get clusters exactly like this. Now, types of hierarchical clustering. There are two methods to generate hierarchical clustering, which are agglomerative and divisive. The steps in agglomerative hierarchical clustering are: the first step is to look at each one of them as an individual cluster. The second step is to take the two closest data points and combine them into one cluster, and then that forms n-1 clusters. And then we have to repeat the step 3 until there is only one cluster. That is, again take two and make them one cluster. So just keep repeating step 3 and combining points into bigger and bigger and bigger clusters. And so there's only one huge cluster left, and then the algorithm is finished. Now, how do we calculate the distance between two clusters? Let's suppose we have two clusters, the red and the blue. Now, how do we measure the distance between these two clusters? Option 1 is to take the two closest points in the cluster with the help of the Euclidean distance, and that will be the distance between the two clusters. Second option is to take the furthest points in the cluster and measure with the help of Euclidean distance, and that will be the distance between these two clusters. Option 3 is to take the average of the distances between the different points in the clusters. That is, all the combinations of distance points and take the average of that distance. Option 4 is to take the distance between the centroid. That is, find the central in both the clusters and find the distance between those centroids and call that the distance between the two clusters. It is very important part of the clustering that how we define the distance between two clusters, because that can significantly impact the output of the algorithm, and that depends on the problem on which we are going to apply the algorithm. Now, step by step for agglomerative hierarchical clustering algorithm, we will take an example. Consider the following data set of n is equal to 6 data points. So step 1 is to make each data point a single point cluster, and that forms 6 clusters, as we can see in the image that every single point is a separate cluster. Next step is to take the two closest data points and make them one cluster. As we can see that these 2 points are in the closest, so we are putting them together in one cluster, and now we have one clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and these two form one cluster. Next step is also to take two closest data points and make them one cluster. As we can see that these 2 points are the closest, so we are putting them together in one cluster, and now we have 4 clusters. Now we have to repeat step 3 until we are left with one cluster. So as we can see here, this point forms the closer distance with this cluster. So this forms one cluster, and this point forms a closer distance with this cluster. So now we are left with 2 clusters. So now we combine them and we are left with only one cluster. And so that is the end of the algorithm. That is how it converges. Now, the way the hierarchical clustering algorithm works is that it maintains a memory of how we went through this process and formed clusters, and that memory is stored in a dendrogram, which we are going to know in the next slide. A dendrogram is a tree-like diagram that statistics the sequences of merges or splits. It graphically represents the hierarchy and is an inverted tree that describes the order in which factors are merged, bottom-up view, or clusters are break, top-down view. As to get the right number of clusters, we need to know about dendrogram. Now, how do dendrogram works? So now here we got a chart on the left which contains 6 points, and on the right another chart that we are going to use to create a dendrogram. Now we are going to go through the hierarchical algo and side by side construct the dendrogram chart. Right now, every single one of these points is an individual cluster. Next, we are going to find the two closest points, which are these two, and put them into one cluster. Now, what we want to do on the dendrogram is we want to somehow signify that these two were indeed the two closest points, because the dendrogram is kind of like the memory of the hierarchical algorithm, which is going to remember every single step that we are performing. So there are these 2 points, P2 and P3. We are going to connect them using a horizontal line, and the height is going to be the distance between the 2 points. The height also represents the computed dissimilarity between these 2 points and the 2 clusters. More the distance, more is the dissimilarity, and vice versa. So now we are going to find the next 2 closest clusters and connect them. So here we got 4 clusters. Now we want to point that out in the dendrogram as well. So now our dendrogram looks like this. So now we are going to find the next 2 closest clusters and connect them. As we can see, P1 is closer to the cluster, so here we have got 3 clusters. Now we want to point that out in the dendrogram as well. So now our dendrogram looks like this, with the vertical distance being the Euclidean distance between the point and the cluster. So now we are going to find the next 2 closest clusters and connect them. As we can see, P2 is closer to this cluster. So here we have got 2 clusters. Now we want to point that out in the dendrogram as well. So now our dendrogram looks like this, with the vertical distance being the Euclidean distance between the point P2 and the cluster. So what do we do next is we combine all these clusters into one cluster, and now we are left with only one cluster. So again, we are going to draw a line, and we are going to draw vertical lines here again in the dendrogram that represents the dissimilarity between the cluster. So this is how the dendrogram diagram is formed. Now, how to determine the clusters from the dendrogram diagram? One way is to look at the horizontal levels and set thresholds. We can set thresholds according to the vertical distance. Thresholds are also called dissimilarity, as vertical axis measures the median distance between points, which also represents the dissimilarity between the points or clusters. So we can set a threshold according to the maximum dissimilarity that we want between the clusters, and we can say that we don't want dissimilarity to be greater than this level. Suppose if we set the threshold between 1.5 and 2, that is around 1.7, and then by counting how many vertical lines are crossing this threshold, we can find the number of clusters. As we can see in this diagram, there are 2 vertical lines that are crossing the threshold. So we can say that there are 2 clusters. Now suppose if we set the threshold just below 1, as we can see that there are 4 vertical lines crossing this threshold line. So we can see that there are 4 clusters being formed. Now in this example, suppose if we set the threshold just between 0 and 0.5, as we can see that there are 6 vertical lines that are crossing the threshold, so we can say that there are 6 clusters being formed. This is now finding the optimal number of clusters in the dendrogram. This is done by finding the highest vertical distance. So basically the line with maximum possible vertical distance that will not cross any horizontal line. So here we can see that is the line with the largest distance that does not cross any horizontal line. This is the only line which has the largest distance that does not cross any horizontal line. So as we can see that there are 2 vertical lines that cross the threshold drawn across the largest distance. So there are 2 clusters, which is the optimal number of clusters as we can see in this diagram. Now let's see another example. So here we can see that this is the line with the largest distance that does not cross any horizontal line. This line is smaller than this line, so we are going to consider this line. As we can see that there are 3 lines that cross the threshold drawn across the largest distance. So there are 3 clusters, which is the optimal number of clusters as we can see in this diagram. Now we are going to talk about the second part of hierarchical clustering algorithm, which is divisive hierarchical clustering algorithm. Divisive hierarchical clustering is precisely the opposite of the agglomerative hierarchical clustering. In divisive hierarchical clustering, we take into account all of the data points as a single cluster, and in every iteration, we separate the data points from the clusters which aren't comparable. In the end, we are left with n clusters. So this is exactly the opposite of agglomerative algorithm. As in agglomerative algorithm, we considered each point as a different cluster, and that went on iteratively to form clusters till the time we had only one cluster left. But in this divisive algorithm, we are considering that all the points are one cluster, and then we are going to iteratively separate data points to form clusters till the time each point is in a different cluster. So this is it for hierarchical clustering.